Hello student, welcome to Sentenzen online classes. You are working from home. Student, in previous video we proved the laws of reflection by using Huygens principle. In this video I am going to prove the laws of refraction using Huygens principle. So let's start. Proof of laws of refraction of light using Huygens principle. Student, let us consider an incident wavefront AB incident on any refracted surface XX dash, which separate the two medium medium first and medium second as shown in figure. Student, consider a refracting surface X dash which separate two medium. This is the medium first and medium second. Consider refractive index of medium first is mu1 while speed of light in this medium is v1, and refractive index of medium to second is mu2 while speed of light in this medium is v2. Now a plane wavefront AB incident on this refracting surface and we know that rays are perpendicular to the wavefront. So these are the incident rays which are perpendicular to incident wavefront, and we know that normal is perpendicular to the surface. That's why at point A the normal is N1 which is perpendicular to refracting surface XX dash. Student, this is the incident rays and this is the normal. So angle between incident ray and normal is called incident angle I. Student, as we know that each particle on the wavefront act as a fresh source of light and produce secondary wavelets according to Huygens principle of secondary wavelets. I consider two particles on the wavefront AB. One of them is A and other is B. So these two particles also produce wavelets. Student, speed of wavelets in this medium is v1 while speed of wavelets in this medium is v2. Consider after time t, the particle at point B reached at B dash. B dash. And the distance traveled by particle B in time t is distance traveled by particle at B on wavefront AB. We know that distance equal to speed into time. So in this medium, speed of light is v1 into time, consider t. So distance traveled by particle B on the wavefront AB in time t is v1 t. So this distance is equal to v1 t. Now student, in same interval of time t, the particle at point A is enter into second medium, and we know that when light travel from one medium to another medium, either it bend towards normal or it away from normal. So I consider it bend towards normal, and in time t, the particle at point A reached at point A dash by traveling distance v2 into t, because in this medium speed of light is equal to v2. So this distance is equal to v2 t. This is the refracted rays. Now student, similarly we draw the normal at point B dash. Consider this normal N2. Student, after time t, the particle at point B dash also enter into second medium and becomes parallel to the first refracted ray, because both are incident on same angle, that's why they refracted also at same angle. These are the refracted rays. We know that angle between refracted ray and normal is known as refracted angle. Now student, these two are the refracted rays, and we know that the wavefront is perpendicular to the rays. So refracted wavefront is the plane perpendicular to this refracted rays. So this is a refracted wavefront. Student, it is clear that this angle is equal to r, and we know that refracted rays and refracted wavefront are perpendicular to each other. That's why this angle is equal to 90 minus r. Here we know that normal is perpendicular to the surface. That's why this angle is equal to r. Similarly, the incident rays and incident wavefront are perpendicular to each other. That's why this angle is equal to 90 minus I. Finally, this angle is equal to I, because normal perpendicular to the refracting surface. So student, let us consider a plane wavefront AB incident on a refracting surface XX dash, which separate two medium, medium 1 and medium 2. The refractive index of medium 1 is mu1 while medium 2 is mu2, and the speed of light in medium 1 is v1 and the speed of light in medium 2 is v2. After time t, the refracted wavefront becomes a dash and a dash b dash, which is perpendicular to the refracted rays. I is the incident angle while r is the refracted angle. So student, firstly from triangle a b b dash, sin I equal to, we know that sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So sin I equal to perpendicular means db dash upon hypotenuse ab dash. Here sin I equal to db dash, we know that db dash equal to v1t, so it is equal to v1t upon ab dash. By solving, we get AB dash equal to V1t upon sin I. Consider equation first. Now student, from triangle A B dash A dash or A dash B dash, triangle A dash B dash, sin R, this angle sin R equal to perpendicular A dash upon AB dash, sin R equal to A dash upon AB dash. By solving, we get AB dash equal to A dash equal to V2 into T, V2T upon sin R. Put the value of AB dash in this equation, we get V1 upon T upon sin I equal to V2T upon sin R. Here T to T cancel, we get sin I upon sin R equal to V1 upon V2, and we know that V1 upon V2 equal to mu2 upon mu1. So put the value of V1 V2 in this equation, we have sin I upon sin R equal to mu2 upon mu1, which is constant for any pair of medium, also known as Snell's law. It means mu1 into sin I equal to mu2 into sin R. This is the proof of Snell's law or first law of refraction. Please pause the video and note in your notebook. Now, student, it is clear that incident wavefront AB is lie in a plane perpendicular to the plane of both. Refracted wavefront A dash B dash also lie in a plane perpendicular to the plane of both, and normal also lie in a plane perpendicular to the plane of both. It means all lie in same plane. So hence it is clear from figure incident wavefront AB, refracted wavefront A dash B dash and normal all lie in same plane perpendicular to plane of both. Hence, it is the second law of refraction. So please pause the video and note in your notebook.